Greetings and salutations, sports fans nationwide, sports opinion log, LexAnderson world. That in all the talk of The Last Dance, how come no one has mentioned that Phil Jackson, for decades, has been perpetrating the fraud of being a great coach when he actually had the innovator of the triangle offense sitting right next to him? So I'm going to break it down of the fakeness of Phil Jackson. So if you're down with all things NBA, Chicago Bulls, or if you're a casual fan just watching The Last Dance, make sure you're subscribing to the channel and touching the bell icon to stay notified for any and all upcoming future videos while I break down the fraud that's known as Phil Jackson in this video. Let's go. Doug Collins' offense was what? Give the ball to Michael, let everybody get the fuck out the way. But we know if you have to go take that step to get next level. Basketball is a team sport, which Phil Jackson did embrace that dynamic. Don't get me wrong, when Phil Jackson coached the Lakers and the Bulls, yeah, triangle offense, all that good stuff. We know that Tex Winters, the creator, the innovator of the triangle offense, was always by Phil Jackson's side. But The Last Dance exposed Phil for being a schemer who obviously was able to get into Jerry Krause's ear and get Doug Collins pushed out, which Doug himself in The Last Dance said, I knew Phil was going to be the next head coach, but he didn't say why. But what does that also say about the testament to Tex Winters, who had this triangle offense concept and tried to push it to Doug? And Doug didn't fire him, but he removed him from the bench and had him taking notes during their practice. Can you imagine how humiliating that would be from the perspective of being a coach, an assistant coach, being a professional, knowing and doing your job, and some fucking know-it-all thinks that he knows it all and removes you from the bench and relegates you to taking fucking notes? But Phil Jackson, who I had always thought was a hire from the outside, was already on the inside, picks Tex's brains, goes with his scheme, inner workings, getting people fired. He's leading the Bulls. And of course, obviously, Jordan had to buy into the program, just the same way Kobe Bryant had to buy into the program. But the part that makes Phil a fraud, which I'm proclaiming him to be, is that when you have the creator of the triangle offense sitting right fucking next to you, that's the equivalent to you running a catering business, but you got Martha Stewart working behind the scenes. So then you had Phil, again, twice, 2 3-peats with the Bulls. When Horace Grant left after the first 3-peat, they replaced him with Dennis Rodman, and the same form of success came with the Lakers with the 3-peat. Shaq, the only one of his kind. Kobe Bryant, a killer on the court. And at the time, they had Glenn Rice. The point is that Phil Jackson, after the Lakers, he then went to his former team, the New York Knicks, and soaked them for between, $60 to $80 million for 3 to 4 years. And all he did was give Carmelo Anthony, an ISO player, $130 million, never built a real team around him, and never made any fucking real deals for the Knicks to be a contender to run his, at this point, antiquated triangle offense. The Knicks got job. The only real notable deal that Phil had was bringing an injury-prone, old, broken-down Jakeem Noah and Derrick Rose for all the great intellect of burning incense and sage and reading books and meditation. At the end of the day, Phil Jackson had the talent. Jordan, Pippen, Grant, Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Shaq, Kobe, the greatest 1-2 combination the league had ever seen during their 3-peat. So, of course, your triangle offense is going to work when you have the key components in place. And again, the triangle offense allowed Phil to build a winner around a guard being Jordan in a league that before had put a premium on having big men. Because think about it. With the 2 3-peats, the Bulls didn't have a real center. And then they never really had a dominant point guard. Paxton, Kerr, B.J. Armstrong, Pippen evolved into the point forward. And again, there are certain innovations that Phil did create, but the cement, the basis of his triangle offense was the innovative thought, and brainchild of Tex Winter. Therefore, Phil Jackson, 11-time NBA champion coach, preaching the triangle offense when the innovator Tex Winter is literally your right hand man, say me the bullshit. Let me know what you're thinking. Make sure you're dropping a comment below. And if you've come this far into the video, make sure you're dropping a like to go with that comment. And on your way out, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to stay notified for any and all upcoming future videos. Until next time, sports fans nationwide, Lex Anderson signing out.